right, this first set, ordered two different of those three-piece swivel sets, you know, with the the base here and then the pedestal and then the part that hooks to the seat, so that you can you slide that in there and then this in there, But the first one I got, which is this one here, this setup, and this setup here, this whole setup here, they're the type that lock in and are not designed to just remove when you're through fishing. They're designed to just stay there. So, and one of the things that makes them that way is this lip around the edge here. You have to yank it out of that. So I think what I'm going to do is grind that down. I'm going to grind this one down and this one down in hopes that I can put this in here and be able to just pull it right out. Now I may not take it all the way down. I may want it to have a little bit of grab, a little bit of hold, but make it where I can pull it out. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to do it little by little. Well, it still kind of clicks in there, and it doesn't just want to come right out, which is, I guess, a good thing. It's a little more trouble but I think that with a little time, it'll wear to where it's easier to do it. So I don't want to really take it down anymore, because it will come out. Now I'm going to take a little off of this. Still a little stubborn about coming out. It's doing all right on this, but it's stubborn coming out of this, so I'm going to take it down a little more. That's much better. The way I'm fastening down my hard parts, the parts that stay down and don't, are not lids, is I'm taking and piloting with about an 1/8 inch drill bit. I've got about a 2-inch stainless steel flathead screw, and what I'm doing is I'll pilot the hole, then I'll take some of my silicone, put it in the hole, and then I'm just straight screwing this down and taking it below the carpet line, and kind of roughing it up. I mean, just kind of smoothing it, and you can hardly see these screws at all. And I'm hoping that, between the, painting the boards and the silicone and just taking it just barely into the rubber, trying to keep it from, I don't want it to tear through the carpet, but I'm getting it below the carpet fuzz. And I think it's working out pretty good. But time will tell. But that's the way I'm doing it. It's coming out really nice. All right, one of the things I needed to do down in the floor of the boat is where I put that little pipe in, half pipe in, as kind of a drainage area for this lower end, so that it'll drain strictly through this pipe out to the bilge area. I've had to fill in the area around that, and I'll show you that real quick. Okay, what I've taken is some of that resin putty and made it up, and I put some Kleenex type stuff in here, and I'm gonna, as soon as this kind of sets up, I'm gonna start pulling that out, and that'll leave that hole open, and then it'll seal it off here, so that then I can put my panel board on it, and I'll leave a little hole for the panel board there, and that'll allow water to just come down here and escape out of there. I've been installing the trolling motor, and I figured out the best place that I could put it. You know, it'll come out kind of out here in the front, kind of centered in the front area. It'll stay kind of out of the way of the deck, because when it's lifted up here, I've got all my deck. And then I wanted that to come where it kind of runs right on that, and I can put a little bumper down here if I need to. But it seems pretty sturdy, but I'm probably gonna go ahead and put something down there. So I think that's a good sturdy place for it. And what I'm doing here is running the wiring. I went and bought this fitting. The trolling motor I got was just got a loose wire here. So what I'm going to do is I've got a plug that I'm going to hook onto it that goes to this fitting, and right now I'm wiring in the wires to the battery right now, and then I'll shove those in, and then I'll hook these wires up to the female plug. I've got a male plug there and a female plug here. I know it sounds weird, but there's a male in there and there's a female in here. So and then I can just plug it in up here. When upholstering these, you know, really thin boards, you know, a 1/4 inch or less, the way you can do these corners is, you know, is you figure about as much as it takes to get over, just a little over the edge of the board here, and you can just cut these right on a 45, just like that. I've been installing these little struts on some of these lids, especially the ones that I want to be able to stand up when I need to work in there like that, which is like in the battery areas, the gas tank area and stuff. But I'm also going to put them on these two storage bays here. Now I'm sure they have different types of these, but I'm seeing videos where they're telling you to flip these little keepers, I guess is what you call them, out so that you can get the ball on, but that's not how these are doing. You can simply just snap these in, and you just separate, pull the back on these if you need to take them out. And it all you have to do is with a little screwdriver, just move it a little bit and they'll come right out. But if you're just putting them on, all you have to do is just snap them in there. Let's see, just like that. Okay, since I put this on, I'm just gonna run my screwdriver underneath there a little bit and just pull it right out. I didn't have to push it very far up. Just let it snap back in place. Now, as recommended, as I've seen on everybody, you put this black part on the top and this part down on the frame down here. All right, to install this, I'm gonna put this first bracket, which is the one you see here. I'm gonna put it just like this, and there'll be, for my installation, now if you have boards way out here, you'd have to move it, you know, further this way to compensate for whatever your area is here, but I don't need any. I've got, my board comes right to the edge, so I'm just gonna put about a gap here of about 2 inches or so, and you know, about a 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches over here. I'm just gonna take and put me a little hole there. Okay, now I've got this bracket on and I've got my shock clipped in, and I've got this set to the height that I want the door to stand, and I've put me a screw in. I'm going to go ahead and put my other ones in. Okay, got it clipped on.